What's up, everybody? Phillies win, big win. I was going to wait till about 10 o'clock, talk about a bunch of different things, but so much happened in this game that I feel like we need to talk about it. I couldn't wait till 10 o'clock. Tony Cutillo show right here live. Tony Cutillo, as always, powered by Rise and React Media. As always, partners sponsored with the fellows over at Odd Shopper Tales, where the football picks are coming, man. The football picks are coming. But the picks that are coming tonight are the Philadelphia Phillies, man. Check in, get live. Let me know how you're feeling. Are we back on track? Because I think there's a lot of stuff that we could talk about within this game. Okay, a lot of stuff that isn't even being talked about. A lot of stuff that I think we can talk about. Obviously, you see the headline, Trey Turner doing MVP kind of things once again. Max Kepler hitting second deck, igniting, going yard, right? Igniting that enthusiasm. He's staying hot, right? Staying hot, which could be a really big deal going forward. And Orion Kerkering gets save number 1, which is very important. Because the least, or I should say the less I have to see of Mr. Schramm, I'm good. Give me Kerkering all day. Okay. As always, make sure you like and subscribe, hit that notification bell. Just so you know, I told everybody, I'll say it again, that the plan is to at least hit this 4 to 5 nights a week on the late night sector around 9:30, 10 o'clock, 10:30, 11 o'clock, because I'm telling you right now, the programming is crap at that time, unless you're looking at maybe post games by certain people who I respect, who I think are good. But besides that, this is where we're going to be. And this is what we're talking about. Just everything, not just Philly. Tony Cutillo show is not just Philly. You've seen me already tweeting out about I can't wrap my head around the Goldberg decision tonight on WWE, but we're going to get into that later. I want to look at this game respectively, and I have some clips. I have the clips I'll show you of the Kepler home run. We'll talk about their Kerkering interview at the end of the game. If you want to listen, it's about 2 minutes. I think it's really good. It shows you what kind of person he is and what his mindset is, which I think, I was going back and forth about 2 minutes ago with Mike Gill of 97.3 ESPN, does a great job. And, he said, look, Kerkering was my pick last year. They just didn't give him the time. They didn't give him the opportunity. And I agree. I've said this multiple times that, Orion Kerkering has the stuff. Orion Kerkering has the makeup of being a closer in this league. He just has to be given the opportunity. And everybody's different. The one thing and the one knock about Topper is he likes to mess around with the bullpen. And what he likes to do is put certain guys at different spots, night in, night out. And that is what happens from time to time. However, that's not always good for everybody. That's not always good for everybody. I consistently say that because some guys need the consistency. Some guys want to know, I'm the 9th inning guy, I'm the 8th inning guy, right? Some guys want to know. And I think Orion is one of those guys that needs to know. And you see it right now. He's getting that confidence. He has a litany of pitches, and that's what I love about him. He can throw heat, he can throw slurs, he can throw change, he can throw curves, he can throw it all. The biggest thing is controlling those pitches. Not many closers you'll see have more than 3 pitches, and he considerably has, I think, 4 or 5, which is crazy. But, one thing about him is I feel like he's very grounded. He's very grounded, and that's what I love about him. I remember the feel-good moment in 2023 when he came up. Listen, they pushed him through. He pitched in the World Series against Houston. You saw his dad there with the tears. I mean, what a symbolic moment. What a great moment. But let's listen. Let's listen to Orion because, again, this is what I say when you're being grounded. And this is why I like this guy, man. This is why I like this guy. So let's go in. I'll share the screen and we'll hear what Orion's got to say.
The field. Orion, it's been a long time since we could check off a first for you. Congratulations on your first save. Give us an idea how that feels.
It feels great. Just get that one out of the way. I know there's a lot of history behind getting those ninth innings, like earlier this year, Nats, and then last year with the one pitch, the Baltimore. But I'm just finally got glad to get that one out of the way.
The thing about it is that you've shown, I mean, obviously you've shown great ability since you came up, but you showed great aggressiveness in that ninth inning too with your fastball.
Yeah, it's just something new to try and play with a little bit more, trying to get hitters off with the sweeper a little bit more. So I think just being more aggressive, like you just said.
You know, Orion, when you're warming up in the bullpen to start the inning and it's a one-run game, are you happy that they scored those couple extras? You're like, whatever they do, they do. I'm shutting this baby down.
Absolutely, yeah. I think no matter what, whether they score 3, 5, 10, whatever or none, just kind of be in there, just ready to go for all those guys hitting for us.
How do you change? I know we joked about it. I mean, you know, the times you've had ninth inning. How do you change your mindset to say, all right, I'm going to get this one here tonight?
There's no real change in mindset. I think, like I said earlier, like over the years of just saying like, hey, every inning's the same thing, and just come get out and get 3 outs out there as fast as you can. So I think just try and do that for those ball guys.
All right, you have a couple veteran guys down there in the bullpen. You know, Matt Strom has closed some games. Jordan Romano's been a closer when he was with Toronto. How have they helped you down there get ready, prepare you for what's hopefully going to be a closer role for you here soon?
Yeah, hopefully so. But I mean, as we just always said, it's closer by committee. So I'm always blessed to be able to get out there, and Chopper and the coaching staff just be able to trust me and all the guys out there. I think that's what's most important, and just be able to talk to them, like you said, and just how much experience Jordan's had through all the years of Toronto and Strom here and there through the years, and even this year. So I think just try and keep the same composure with it.
Hey, you can always check something off in your big league career, buddy.
Absolutely, brother. Appreciate it, guys.
First of many, Orion Kerkering.
He said, hopefully so, right? He says, hopefully so. I absolutely love that. I love that because it showed that, yes, he wants it, right? And yeah, he did the right thing. He did a political thing where he went back and said, look, closer by committee, yada, 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 whatever, man. Orion knows he wants that job. Kerkering wants the job, and I love that he said it. I love that he said hopeful, meaning, look, if this is what I got to do to show you that I'm your guy, that's not me. Listen, Romano is not that guy. He's shown it. Like, he's shown flashes, but he's not going to be that guy. He's too inconsistent with his velo, and he's too inconsistent with his slider. Kerkering has multiple pitches in order to get guys out. So I'm ecstatic when we talk about Orion Kerkering. I really am. I'm ecstatic. Now, another guy who let's talk about. Let's talk about Max Kepler. Because listen, I've been on Max Kepler. I've been riding Max Kepler. Like, bro, we got to do better than 212, 222. It's got to be better. But when he gets that I hate to say it because people get mad, but that short, compact, like Chase Utley kind of swing, when he can hit it from the left side, man, sometimes he obliterates the ball. He absolutely does. Tonight, hits it off the facing of the second deck. And this right here is what it sounded like live, because I'm going to share it with you right here. This is a thing of beauty, man. It really is. When he's swinging like this, it's going to be tough to stop him.
And a high fly ball to deep right field. Going back is Sanchez into the second deck. A moonshot for Max Kepler. It's his 9th home run of the year, and the Phillies are back on top. What a beautiful swing.
What a beautiful swing. That's what Tom said, right? What a beautiful swing. And I love it. I absolutely love it. Like, that's what I like to see, right? That's what we need to see. We need that consistency. We need that to keep going. Now, there's other things within this game that I think we should look at. And I don't think we're all looking at it like with eyes wide open. And that's good. It's okay. But, looking at it, number one, you win 5 in a row. It's a road trip where you're at home, you get done sweeping the Toronto Blue Jays, you hop on a plane, you go out to Miami, you got an early 6:40 game. Maybe you're jet lagged. It's an older team. Who knows? Boom. Guess what? 5 in a row. They win. They start already on their goal to win the series, right? Trey Turner, again, fantastic. Fantastic by Trey Turner. Right. Here's another, and again, still not leading in the vote getting, right? For the All-Star game. So another reason why we need to get him voted in, man. He is having a fantastic year. Listen, looking at the bat, what about Alec Bohm? Let's talk about Alec Bohm for a minute. And somebody had asked me, I forget who it was today, online about talking about specifically Alec Bohm. Would you, what about when everybody wanted to trade Alec Bohm and in off season has to revitalize himself? Listen, please understand something about Alec Bohm. Alec Bohm will forever be his worst enemy. Okay. It's up here with Bohmer, man. It's up here. So if he can get the mind right, I think we all know this, but I hope he's fine. But here's the thing I love about Bohm that not a lot of people talk about is his versatility. Like right away, we just want to flip the script and turn the page and say, yeah, you know what? He's unfixable. Get him out of here. We don't need it. But the thing is, whether you need him to play DH, whether you need him to play first base, whether you need him to play third base, who he's worked at third base, has played a really, really good third base. He is versatile in that role. And I bet you if you had to push him out to left field or right field like Castellanos at one time, he could probably do that too. And, oh, by the way, when Harper's out, he's your right-handed power bat that you're batting at cleanup right now, and he's getting it done. And he's getting it done. So again, 277, 285. He's got 33 RBI. I mean, this guy, everything that he's doing right now, just putting the bat on the baseball. And that's what we need. So another thing I think that went unnoticed tonight, Brandon Marsh stays hot once again. Brandon Marsh, he's getting the stroke back. He's getting the swing back. And this is what I will say again. And I continue to ask this question because I think a lot of these people, and I call them, maybe I don't like to say trolls, but I know a lot of people want to say trolls, but a lot of these uninformed tweeters or Xters or whatever the hell you want to call them that come out right away, say Kevin Long is the worst hitting coach in baseball. I just look at this lineup and just to think about how much of a ridiculous statement that is. Think about how much of a ridiculous statement it is to say Kevin Long is the worst hitting coach in Major League Baseball. So, number one, we've talked, me and Tom Mornone talked about this on A2D Radio on Philly Sports Unfiltered, probably like week 2 of the show. We talked about these veteran guys. You're not just all of a sudden, a hitting coach not going to come in and change a guy completely, right? He's just not. He's not going to change him completely. However, it's the little tweaks that mean a lot. And if you look up and down this lineup right now, a lot of this has to do with Kevin Long. The tweaks in Kepler from Kevin Long. The tweaks for Bohm in Kevin Long. The tweaks in Marsh for Kevin Long. I mean, do I keep going? Right? Do I keep going? Castellanos looks like a completely different player, not chasing that outside pitch with frequency like he was last year, which is why he consistently stays between 270 and 290. A lot of that is Kevin Long. Kevin Long is one of the best hitting coaches in baseball. I'll argue that all friggin' night. Okay. And for people that just want to say that, just throw it out there like he's not, they don't know what the hell they're talking about. That's the problem. They want to go game to game. You can't. My man Food's checking in, getting the dubs without BH3. Absolutely, man. Like without MV3. I mean, we're getting the dubs, like you said, without Bryce. That is so important. So, my man, Japan checking in. I know Japan's get the betting game going, man. Japan hit the parlay last night, Japan. So I'm getting back on track, starting to get it going. I'm going to crank it up for football season. Already talking to the content team over at Odd Shopper. So be dropping some daily content for Odd Shopper when it comes to football and obviously anytime bets and things of that nature. So can't wait to get that lined up and get excited. One thing is it's a power in, I should say, power in participation. I like to say that a lot in this business. You don't always have to have those big dogs, right? I know everybody wants to shoot for those big dogs, but usually when you get into those big dogs, you kind of want to be back with the little dogs again. So I'm just throwing it out there. So yeah, guess what? I may not be on Sirius this season. I may not be on VSiN. I may not be on any of these things, but guess what? I can hold my own down when I want. Okay, for whether it be myself, for my own station, for other stations, whatever it is. It's okay, man. So if you want a fantasy football segment, let me know. You want betting segments, you let me know. That's what I'm here to do, and that's what I'm going to have fun doing. But speaking of the Phillies, and getting back to the Phillies real fast, there's so many things around Kevin Long that I think that need to be talked about, which we just mentioned. But you have to look at the other side too. Coaching wins. Coaching matters. And how about Caleb Cotham? Do we give him enough credit for what he's done with this pitching staff? When guys are, look at Luzardo. They say it was tipping pitches, maybe it was something mechanics. Boom, works it out with Caleb and bam, done. Comes back, he's a stud. Taijuan Walker as a veteran. How about we give some love to Taijuan Walker, please? I have said this consistently on my programs. I have said this through tweets. I've said this through posts. I've said this everywhere I go. The most underappreciated guy on the Philadelphia Phillies is Taijuan Walker. And I know everybody's like, what are you talking about? You have to understand the entire mindset, okay? The entire mindset with Taijuan Walker. This guy signed a big money deal. And a lot of people said it was trash. A lot of people said it wasn't going to work. A lot of people were not happy with the big money deal. Everybody, as always, just throw us out there. If you're subscribed, fantastic. If you're watching on a YouTube channel that is not the Tony Cutillo Show, please, whatever channel you're on, make sure you're subscribed to that channel. But get over to that Tony Cutillo Show YouTube channel. That's the one we're really trying to grow here for this show specifically. Okay, so make sure you get over there, you hit that live, or hit that like, hit that subscription, and hit that notification bell. It would help me tremendously. But talking about Taijuan Walker, when he came in, and I get he wasn't really the guy we thought he was going to be. However, when you're a veteran, you can easily just say, I already got paid. I have guaranteed money. I'm going to take my ball and I'm going to go home. The one thing I love about Taijuan Walker is he decided, even though I am not going to pitch in the postseason, I'm going to be the first guy in the dugout helping my teammates. I'm going to be the first guy to clap. I'm going to be the first guy to lead the chants. Be the first guy to lead the handshakes at the end of the game. That is goddamn respect, okay, from me and from baseball purists to be able to do that and then work an entire offseason to try to rekindle that magic, to bump up your velocity, to make sure that your pitches are really on point and come back, get a spot in rotation, and then get kicked out of the rotation again and say, oh, by the way, Taijuan, even though I know you want to be a starter, you're going to be a reliever. You're going to be a back-end bullpen guy. You're going to be a long guy. And what does he do? He ain't said shit. He goes out there and he does it. Yeah, in the beginning, he may have had some flack and he said, I really want to be a star, but he's a competitor. Why the hell wouldn't he do that? That's what you would want him to do. And the people that hate on Taijuan are the same people that if he didn't come out and do that, they'd be giving him shit for not. So I commend Taijuan Walker for what he's been able to do. And what did he do tonight? Comes in with 6 pitches and out. I mean, this guy can be, I'm telling you, I'm going to continue to say this, man. This guy is going to be a weapon in the postseason when it comes to the bullpen. Mark my words. I'm telling you right now, he is going to be a silent weapon in the bullpen for this team when it comes to the postseason. Because he's going to master that role. He's going to gravitate into it. He's going to mold it to suit him. And boom, I'm telling you right now, we're going to be like, wow, What a plan to get him in that bullpen. We needed him. He's going to be the difference. Kerkering as the guy, as the closer, will be a difference. And then it's one other guy. Listen, I do not want to see Matt Strahm anymore. I'm sorry. I don't want to see Matt Strahm. I don't. He's a good guy, great story, all that, but I can't. The guy does nothing for me. If he does not pinpoint his pitches, anybody's going to hit him. Anybody. So for my money, I'd rather see somebody else get those kind of innings. And then when you talk about, and again, I know we talked about it a little bit earlier, but the Trea Turner effect, man. The Trea Turner effect is real, people. It really is. The Trea Turner effect is real. And I say that because the guy went back. We talked about it before. He enhanced his swing. He went in there and said, you know what? I know I'm going to be in a different stratosphere now, right? He said that. He said, I know it's going to be completely different what I'm asked to do. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to reinvent myself, put myself back again as a guy who's not a home run guy, but able to get on base, use my speed, get in position for the big boys like Schwarber and Harper when healthy, and Nick Castellanos and Alec Bohm, right? And I think that's extremely important, right? It's extremely important. So now here's some quotes, which not everybody's going to like. Taking this slide, it's right from Michael Barkan. And listen, this is what I like to do, man. Like, let's do this during this show. Let's have some fun and let's combat some of the people, okay, that are on social media, right? Let's just do this live because this is what I like to do, okay? I like to scroll through the posts, okay, and I like to see now. Michael Barkan is saying, "Hey." To Rob Thompson said, we're still good with Strahm on right-handed hitting. I'm not, but Topper is, right? Topper is. So unfortunately, there we go. I mean, he's going to continue to be that guy. Okay. Now this guy, we'll go into Philly fans community. Let's see what people are saying in here, man. Like again, this guy, Cooper DeJean says, he says, by all means, do not allow Alec Bohm to enter the home run derby this year. I love that, man. Like, I love that. Yes, I am with you. Do not allow him to enter the home run derby this year. Keep that swing where it's going, man. Keep that swing where it's going. Jim Gardner stand account says, feel like everybody who complains about trading Ohapi, which is the guy that went to the Angels, would rip their hair out if they had to watch him have 73 strikeouts compared to only 8 walks. The worst K to walk ratio in the entire league. I will tell you this. That is a awesome stat because it's a great point. It's a great point. Okay, let's like this right here and retweet this because this is a great point. We're doing this live on the show. That's a great point because a lot of people were like, well, I don't know about that trade now. You're looking at the Ohapi trade and, this guy's hitting home runs. He's hitting dingers. But they're, number one, they're ghost dingers, right? But here's the thing about this statement, which I love. The reason why the other day I was talking about Otto Kemp needing to stay up here because of the way that he's able to put the bat on the ball, the way that he's not up there trying to swing for the fences. The way that he's up there saying, excuse me, the way that he's up there saying, you know what? I just need to put the ball in play. And if he was up there swinging at the fences, what would happen? We would be killing the guy. Bro, we're not trying to hit home runs like you did in Lehigh Valley. We need to get the ball in play. And what you just see right now with Brandon Marsh is when he compacts his swing, and he's not swinging for the fences, and he really stays down on the ball, and he gets his technique back in place. Shout out Kevin Long. Guess what? That man right there, that's what we need in the lineup. That's the kind of hitter we need in the lineup. So I'm getting excited again. I am. I'm getting excited again. So let's see if we can keep this going. Now, here we go. Here's a good tweet. A booming attendance of $9,899 tonight at Lone Depot Park out there in Miami. Oh, that's so bad. So bad. Lucas says Phillies are getting hot and the Mets are getting cold right before we play each other. This is awesome. So we'll see. We'll see how that works, right? We will see how that works. We got the 5 in a row. I love. Oh my God, is Kerkering the new closer? All right, Kerkering is the closer. I vote to make Orion the closer. Yes, let's go. Let's make Orion the closer. Okay, I'm in. Okay, I am in. Say hi, Alec. The man's really turning on since May. He has. Like we're talking about 2-run single. That was a huge hit, right? Huge hit. Comes in clutch. That was a really, really good at bat, man. A really, really good at bat. Trey hit the ball hard, but was caught. Yeah, listen. One good thing though is it's again the thing about Trey Turner is even though Trey Turner may not always get those power numbers, when he hits the ball hard, I'm extremely happy. Okay, I'm extremely happy when he hits that ball hard. Here's a good one. I don't know how Strom turned into a guy who just throws meatballs at 88 to 90 in the zone, and he needs to figure it out. Like I said, the whole thing about Strom is he is a pitcher that needs to hit those spots, right? Or I say pitch to black. He needs to hit those spots. And I've said that time and time again. If he hits those spots, he's a hell of a pitcher. But he doesn't hit those spots. Me, Foods, Jeff, Brian, Japan, anybody else checking in, guess what? We're all hitting it over the fence. It's just the way it's going to be. Okay? Because there's nothing special about his pitches. Nothing special about his pitches at all. So again, I am not in the business of saying, oh, by the way, let's throw Strom out there. And I know Rob will say things like he's battle tested. I know Rob will say things like, well, he's always been our guy. But guess what, Rob? You have to start looking at the bigger picture. And I think I think he will. I do. Brianna checking in. What's up, Brianna? Phillies won. Yes, they did. Yes, they did, Brianna. Yes, they did. I hope you're all in on the Philly train. Hey, Brianna, how you feeling about Orion Kerkering as the closer? Are you ready for Orion Kerkering? Do you think he deserves to get that spot? Do you think he should be that guy? I want to talk about it, man. Because I think we need to talk more about that. I do, because I don't think everybody's as on board as they say they are. And will it be just one bad outing? Will it be one bad outing? And then all of a sudden, right? All of a sudden, he'll come in and we're out now. We're out. No more, right? As we say that all the time. But I think this kid, he has the right attitude. He has the right makeup. And let's be honest, man. This is the right team. I mean, it's not like you're going in there. One good thing about this is it's not like you're going in there taking over for the perfect year of Brad Lidge, right? We haven't been able to, even with Jose Alvarado, still hasn't been the guy who we say, no doubt about it, we can breathe, we have no issues. He's going to close the door. Listen, I've said this, and I'll continue to say, Alvarado scared me. When he came in, he scared me. So, and Kerkering, he may scare me a little bit too. I think it's just about his command on those sweepers, man. It's the command on those sweepers. As long as he keeps them to where they need to be, to whether they're blockable or they're catchable, I think we'll be all right. Because he's going to throw 98, 99, or 100. That's the one thing about Kerkering. Orion Kerkering. He's going to throw 99. He's going to throw 100. He's going to be up there, man. He's going to be up there. So I'm excited. I am. I'm excited. And let's look at the standings, right? Let's look at the standings before we get out of here, because I think that's the fun part, man. Like I don't want to hear it's early. I don't want to hear any of that, right? I don't. I just want to look at the standings. So let's pull this up. We're gonna share the screen and let's look at the standings, man. Let's look at them. So right now, we got the Mets at 45 and 27, and the Phillies at 43 and 29, 2 games behind. again, can we respectfully say that the Braves are done? Honestly, like to me, the Braves are done. They're cooked. Everybody thought when Acuna came back that they were going to be again. They're going to be that team to beat. They're going to come up and they're going to start to really start to pick up momentum and pick up steam. But guess what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They're done. They're cooked. Their ass is cooked. Okay. So looking at the Dodgers, 43 wins. The Giants have 41 wins. We had a huge trade for Rafael Devers. That's a big deal for them. All right. You have Chicago, 44 wins. And listen, we're right there, man, in the National League. I mean, honestly, like everybody's always, this is the thing I say to people all the time. Everybody's always ready to throw the towel in. And I get it, right? I get it because we've been there and we've seen the heartbreak and we've seen the big swift rides, right? The pendulum back and forth, the big swings within the, what do they say? The ebbs and flows of the season, right? The ebbs and flows of the season. And I understand it. I do. But when you look at this team who has dealt with a lot of adversity already dealt with a bunch of injuries to obviously listen to Bryce Harper. But this is the second stint that Bryce Harper's had already. They started the season out with no Ranger Suarez. Jose Alvarado, see ya. He's done for the year. All right. So if you look at what they've faced, to sit here with what the tie for the third best record in the National League, I mean, honestly, like you have the same amount of wins as the Dodgers, 43-29, 43-29. The Dodgers with $400 million payroll, the team that just buys everybody. It's like the modern day George Steinbrenner New York Yankees, but we have the same record. And we're pitching with guys like Mick Abel. Okay? We're playing with Alec Boehm as our cleanup hitter. We still have Johan Rojas and Brandon Marsh swinging out in center field. Like we still have Trey Turner making the most errors ever as a shortstop, it feels like. But we still have the third best record in the National League. How important that is. How important it is. I love it. I absolutely love it. So I'm on board. I'm ready. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go recap WWE Raw because I want to, I'm not happy about Goldberg coming back. I think it's a joke that they took the belt off of Jey Uso. I'm going to get into that on another time, on another show, another segment, probably on my pins and knockout segment that I'll probably pre-record. It won't be live and give you my thoughts on that. But the Philadelphia Phillies, just again, I've tried to give you guys some really good down to, I wouldn't say down to earth. I'll just say down to earth, right? Some good down to earth sounded voice when it comes to the Philadelphia Eagles. Like, listen, we won a Super Bowl last year. We should have 2 with Jalen Hurts. The Philadelphia Phillies, I'm going to give you the same thing. The Philadelphia Phillies are the third best record in the National League, tied with the LA Dodgers, and still are playing without Bryce Harper. Still are pitching without a good Aaron Nola. Still haven't figured out a bullpen. And they're still right there. Even with the big slides and the big swings where they lose 4 in a row or they lose 5, they're still there. So everybody, I still want to say, let's relax a little bit. Let's just enjoy these series sweeps and these wins, and let's see what happens come August and September. That's all I want to do because we're going to get more of those. Okay, it's the way the team is. The more of those. Well, let's see what the trade deadline looks. Let's see what if we bring any of these young guys up. Are we going to bring up Crawford? Will Crawford be here or will he be somewhere else? That's going to be a topic for another time. It really is. It's going to be a topic for another time. All I know is I'm extremely happy with what Otto Kemp has been able to show that he can do with no pressure, everything on his shoulders, because he could easily put a lot of pressure on himself, especially knowing that he's in there, not player for Bryce Harper, but he's basically filling that void, right? He's filling that void. So He could succumb to it, but he doesn't. He just continues to play really, really well and give us hope when it comes to playing deeper in September and October. So, as always, this is the Tony Cutillo Show, powered by Rise and React Media. As always, if you're looking for somebody to host your podcast, if you're looking for a podcast coach, if you're looking for somebody to do the legwork for you so you could just record and go, hit me up, let me know. I have a team, I have myself, do a lot of that for a living, been doing it for 15 plus years. And I'm going to continue to say it, man. Like, are you looking to try to go somewhere else? Are you looking to polish your skills? Are you looking to understand what equipment to use, proper lighting, proper backgrounds, overlays, software? How do you get that real looking good when you want to go try to hang with the big boys? You let me know. We'll take care of that right here. One-on-one, no bullshit, full transparency. Tell you how I got to where I am. And listen, like I said, I'm happy and I'm living a dream. So everybody, as always, like I say, stay safe, stay healthy. I'm going to go recap WWE Raw. I will be back tomorrow night around probably 10 o'clock again. Got a big Fighting for Overtime interview tomorrow night. Looking forward to it. Got Noelle coming on with me, an AAU collegiate high school athlete who's won championship, has gone through the ringer a little bit. So she's going to tell her story on the Fighting for Overtime podcast. So make sure you get over there. Real stories, real people. Check that podcast as well. Everybody have a fantastic evening. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll catch you back here next time.